Flood warnings remain in place across northeast Victoria, but rainfall rates have eased and many alerts have been downgraded. In what has been a hectic period for the SES, volunteers have responded to more than 2,700 requests for assistance since the storms began on Friday. Victorian Premier Daniel Andrews said 900 of those calls were taken after 4 p.m. on Saturday. He said the government stood ready to provide support to those affected by the floodwaters. "I think we've had something in the order of 73 homes that have had water in them. Only a small number of them have had water above the floorboards. That's up in the northeast," he said. "We still have concerns for a number of properties, maybe as few as 15 or 20, that Wagaratta area." Euro MP Steph Ryan yesterday said some homes had flooded in that town, and the local caravan park was evacuated. The floodwaters have quickly receded in the caravan park, although in one area the bitumen has been peeled back like a carpet by the force of the water. Floodwaters have also receded in the Sevens Creek. Minor and moderate riverine flood warnings are still in force in many locations, but a severe weather warning was cancelled just after 5 a.m. Authorities have also cancelled prepare to evacuate notices that had been issued for residents in Myrtle Fort and Nipur Puka. Bureau of Meteorology, BOM, senior forecaster Dean Stewart said while the rainy weather was not yet over, the worst of it had passed. The good news through most of the state that had quite significant rainfall in the last 24 hours is that the rain rates have eased off, he said. The SES David Tuchek said some flooding was still expected today. The water still needs to move down through the waterways in the systems, so the water can over the coming days move into low-lying areas, he said. So people need to be very mindful that they don't drive through flood water, because you never know how deep it is. The Ovens River at Wagaratta had reached 10.5 meters last night and the Weather Bureau said it could reach the moderate flood level of 12.4 meters by Sunday afternoon. Some roads remain closed around the state because of the flooding, including the Euro Shepardo and Bendigo Murchison roads. Much of Melbourne experienced relentless rain overnight. At both Moorabai Airport and Melbourne's Olympic Park, more than 44 millimeters has been recorded since 9 a.m. on Saturday. The BOM's James Taylor said the rain took the total to 66 millimeters since Friday. So, it goes without saying that for Victoria, at least, and a lot of southeastern Australia, December will be above average, purely because of this event. The Bureau's senior meteorologist Kevin Parkin said while the amount of rain did not meet the levels predicted in some instances, it was still significant. In the last 24 hours Melbourne has recorded its highest rainfall in the city since 1992, and certainly a wet day, he said. Out in the eastern suburbs we've seen rainfall over the last couple of days in excess of 100 millimeters, so not quite up near the 200 millimeters that was predicted, but certainly within the realms of expectations for this event. Victoria's Emergency Management Commission Craig Lapsley defended the Weather Bureau's warnings earlier this week of unprecedented rainfalls.